Hiya, hope you are doing well. This month's card was chosen after anointing myself with a beautiful Mary Magdalene oil made by my friend Jean Bowen, who's an amazing artist and energy worker. It's got a gorgeous, soft floral scent, and it reminded me of my granny's 4711 perfume. So it's that lovely sense of comfort and the familiar. So I took a few deep breaths and centered myself, surrendered to the process. And the card that emerged from Megan Watterson's Mary Magdalene Oracle was the third power. Humility is my greatest strength. When I look at this image, I am transported back to a somatic workshop I took part in years ago. We were invited to come into presence using simple body movements. So at one point I found myself kneeling on the ground, and it brought up a powerful emotional experience. I felt really vulnerable just being there and kneeling, and at first it didn't feel very good. I felt exposed and small and like a victim. And there was a voice in me that said, "You just look ridiculous," or "You're weak." And I felt like a loser just kneeling there. I was feeling quite wretched. And then something shifted. I became aware of the other side of vulnerability, the deeper truth of it. That being vulnerable is actually being real, it's being authentic, it's standing in your truth without masks, without pretending, even if others might judge or ridicule. And in that moment, something opened in me. I realised I didn't care what anyone else thought. So I'd crossed over into a different space where my vulnerability became my strength, a deep, unwavering strength. And I was surprised this was even possible, and that it felt so empowering. When I look at the Oracle card for this month, humility is my greatest strength, I see that same truth reflected back. She is kneeling too in a humble, unassuming posture, yet behind her is a golden aura, radiant and powerful. There's a white light surrounding the gold like a shield, and she looks small and soft, and yet she is fully protected and fully in her power. So it's a reminder that when we let go of the ego, of needing to be seen in a certain way or needing to be right, we tap into something far greater. We become aligned, present, whole. Humility and vulnerability are not weaknesses. They are portals to our deepest strength. Megan's words in the guidebook echo this. She speaks of ignorance as our greatest blind spot, and how we can easily mistake the ego's needs and desires for the soul's. The ego thinks it is the true self, but it's just the layers, like clouds. The soul is the sky itself. She says if we have the strength to be humble enough to understand that our ignorance is only human, then we get to experience the way that our forgiveness is also divine. So after this, I was guided to Glennie Kindred's Earth Alchemy book. She's a chapter called The Gift of Gold, where she writes about catching a glimpse of the gold hidden within her. In alchemical texts, we are told we are the gold that is inside us. So it made me look again at the golden halo in the card. It feels like a message that when we allow ourselves to be in a state of humility or vulnerability, we reveal the gold that is usually hidden within. We become that gold. And I suppose again it's showing that the gold is the soul and the ego is just the bit on the outside, so it's about going deeper. So there's a lot here to reflect on, and maybe you'd like to journal and explore what this card means to you perfectly. Hope you have a gorgeous month ahead. Much love.